Hello, 5th grade math students. We begin our work with triangles with Chapter 6.1, Base and Height of a Triangle. In this chapter, we're going to learn to identify the base given the height of a triangle, and also to identify the height given the base of a triangle. Let's begin by reviewing our triangle vocabulary. Every triangle has 3 vertices, 3 sides, and 3 angles. I've drawn a triangle here that's called triangle ABC. It has 3 vertices. Vertices is plural for vertex, and the vertex is this point. Where the angle meets. So the 3 vertices are A, B, and C. Next, the triangle has 3 different sides. Side AB, side AC, and side BC. We would write those like this: AB, BC, and CA. Finally, the triangle has 3 angles. It has angle ABC, which we would write like this: angle ABC. That's the angle right here. Next, we have angle ACB, which would be this angle right here. The vertex, the letter of the vertex is in the center. And then we have angle BAC, which is right here. Okay? So those are our main parts of our triangle. We have the vertex, or the vertices, we have the 3 sides, and we have the 3 angles. Any one side of a triangle can be its base. The base of an object is simply the face or the side on which it lies. So if we draw a triangle, ABC, the base could be side BC. We could turn the triangle over, and the base could become side CA. Or we could turn the triangle the other way, and the base could be line AB. So any one of the sides can be the base. It just depends on which side the triangle is resting. When measuring a triangle, we work with 2 measurements: the base and the height. The base of the triangle is whichever side we choose to be the base. In this case, we're going to choose line BC. The height of the triangle is the perpendicular distance from the base to the opposite vertex. Remember, a perpendicular line is at a 90-degree angle to our base, and it will pass through the opposite vertex. So if we're to draw the height on this triangle ABC, where the base is line BC, the height will be right here. It's perpendicular, or at a right angle, to line BC. Remember, this little mark right here means right angle. And it passes through vertex A. So in order to be the height of a triangle, it has to meet those 2 rules. It has to be a perpendicular line. This symbol means perpendicular. And it has to pass through a vertex. If it doesn't meet those 2 rules, it can't be the height. Now let me finish labeling this triangle for you. We'll begin by labeling the point where our height crosses our base. We're going to make that point D. So on this triangle ABC, we now have a point called D, which is where our height crosses the base. Then we would label our base like this. Unfortunately, I drew our line, our rules here a little bit in the way. Sorry about that. But then this will be labeled our base. All right, let's draw another example. This is basically the same triangle. I just want to show you how you can choose whichever side you want to be the base, or the triangle's base can be any one of the three sides. So this triangle's base is going to rest right here. On line AC. That means the height will be perpendicular to line AC and will cross through vertex B. So here is our height. We're going to label this E. That point there will be labeled E. So we can now take the length AC and the height BE, we would label this line BE, to be the measurements of our triangle ABC. Let's look at one more example. And here we are back once again with triangle ABC. This time we're going to set our base as line AB, which means that our height would be right here. Let's label this point F. So our height will be line CF. So we can take the length of line AB and the height CF to be the measurements of triangle ABC. Now let's move on to heights that are not part of the triangle. Sometimes the height of the triangle is not part of the triangle itself. If the base of triangle PQR is line QR, you can see that there is no possible way to create a perpendicular line up from the base that passes through the opposite vertex. We cannot make a height that is within the triangle itself. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to extend an artificial line for the base. So I'm just going to draw a dotted line out parallel to our base that isn't actually part of our triangle. Okay? It's an imaginary line that lets us extend the base so that we can find that perpendicular line that passes through the vertex P. So now what we can do is we can start at vertex P and we can draw a straight line down until we touch that imaginary line. This line is our height. We're going to label this S. So line PS is our height. Line PS isn't actually part of our triangle. See? Because the triangle is right here. PQR. But because the height always has to be perpendicular to the base, we have to extend out this artificial line to create the perpendicular line that goes up through vertex P. Let me show you another example. Now let's set line PR as the base of our triangle. Once again, there's no possible way for us to create a perpendicular line up from the base that also goes through our vertex inside the triangle. So we need to artificially extend our base and then create a perpendicular line for our height. We'll label this point T, and we'll call our height QT. Okay? So remember, all we do is artificially extend our line. Sorry, this one is not very straight. I apologize for that. We artificially extend our base, and we make an imaginary line that is our height, because no matter what, the height has to be perpendicular to the base. Even if it's not inside the triangle, it has to be perpendicular to the base. Let's try this with the third side of this triangle. Here we are again with triangle PQR. This time we're going to set line QP as our base. Okay? So this time, are we able to draw a perpendicular line from base QP, and have it go through vertex R? Yeah, we sure are. There it is. This time we don't have to go outside the triangle. Let's label this U. Our base is line QP. Our height is RU. Done. Now try this on your own. Work with each of the triangles identified here to write the name of the base and the height. Remember, when you're writing the name of a line to identify the base, you write the letter of each vertex. So if this were line CA, and then you write a line over the top. Okay? So when you're identifying the base on number 1, here I'll help you out here, it's actually CB with a line over the top. Okay? And then when you're just writing the name of the height, you do not have to write the line over the top. So let's say, for example, if line BE were the height, hint it's not, you would simply write it like this. Okay? Work with these 4, and there are 3 more to try when you finish these. So press pause while you work, and when you're ready, move on to the following 3. And here are the last 3 triangles for you to work with. When I see you in class tomorrow, we'll do more work together on identifying the base and height of triangles. I'll see you then.